today we will make a different video. Sorry for maybe if you've seen my community post, I said that by the end of the month a video about something about the Soviet Union during World War II will go out, but due to, I will be honest, due to laziness and a lot of work these days, I kinda didn't really advance in the creation of this video. So for now, I will make a special episode about some patch of the Russian army that I own. We'll talk about the story of them. I didn't take all of my patches, so I will take a few of them, explain the story behind, and just to be clear, a lot of them, all of them are replicas, apart from two of them which I have kind of a suspicion of it. The first one I have for now is this one. This one represents the Kornilov regiment of World War I and the Russian Civil War, especially on the white side. It was an elite regiment of the White Armies and the Russian Imperial Army, but of course it's not a real one from World War I, it's a modern one that was made for the Russian military. I really saw it being used by the Russian army during the war in Ukraine since 2022, but not really in mass. It's really like people who have reference, or like maybe right-wing or far-right battalions. This one is a replica, of course, but we can see you have the name Kornilov Sam, the two swords, the skull with the bones, and the grenade, like a renaissance from the 16th century. But I never saw it being used by the during the war in Donbass, during the first phase of the war in Ukraine. I really like this one. I really like the aesthetic of it, and I like it's in a shield and not in a circle or a cube. It's really nice like that. Now we'll just use some pictures of reference to it. This one is maybe not, yeah, it has been used in some Russian support unit during the SMO, but it's more really of a YouTube thing. It's the patch 715. 715 is a YouTube channel about guns and Russian military and things like that. You can think, Garen Thumb and other YouTube channels like in the US talking about guns and everything. It's kind of the same, but for Russia. You have a lot of channels like that, like Voyenny Obzor and things like that. But they have their own patch. It's more of a meme and a YouTube thing, even if it has been used by some pro-Russian unit, especially more in logistic and support sides. But yeah, I really like this one. It's really comfortable and good to look at. Next one was used by the Wagner Group in Syria and in Africa, and has been also used by some African and Syrian Arab Republic units, especially in a fight against Islamism and Daesh in the Middle East and Africa, is this one. Of course it's a replica because real ones have become more rare, but this one represents the Wagner ISIS hunters with approximately the same written in Arabic under it. We can see in some videos and some pictures it has been used by Wagner Group. Of course, if you know Wagner Group, you know. I've been used in Syria and Africa in a fight against radical Islamism and Daesh. And there was also a unit from the Syrian army when Bashar al-Assad was still in control of the country. It was also the name of a unit specialized in hunting and killing, if we can say like that. Well, of course we can say it like that. The killing of members of the Islamic State. I really like the fact that it's kind of the parody, like the emblem of the Wagner Group has been changed with a different skull and a different scope. ISIS Hunter with two, I can imagine those ones are like bullet holes, and with the name written on Arabic. one was especially used during the Caucasus War by the general Baklanov, was like general of the army of Cossacks from the Don, who were tasked to help to the conquest of the Caucasus for the Russian Empire. And it was made also in a patch. This one is maybe not a really good replica, but it represents the skull of the General Baklanov. So at the start it was a banner in the 19th century, but it was converted as a patch in the modern days. So we have the skull, the two bones, and it's written, if I'm not mistaken, it's been a long time, it's written, one second, I'm thinking, I will wait for the dead to come back alive, and I will wait for the live of the next century. So from the start it was an Orthodox church who had that as a banner, who actually gifted this banner to the General Baklanov for his conquest of the Caucasus. And now it's mostly used in Orthodox people, like really hardcore Orthodox, also hooligans and ultranationalist movements in the Russian army and Russian society. The biggest one we have saw this skull being used, in this patch in particular, was by the Española battalion, who was like a battalion mostly of hooligans. And actually their leader was actually killed in Crimea on the December of 2025. Now we will talk about the last one for today. Maybe I will do an episode 2 depending on what guys do you ask. This one is not really like, it's quite rare. So this is why I don't know if it's a replica or a real one from the Russian military. Don't mind to tell me if you know. Actually, this one is like for peacekeeping. We mostly saw it in post-Soviet conflicts, in conflict in the Caucasus, in Kosovo also. We saw that in the Kosovo on Russian soldiers. But now the most recent we saw it was during the conflict between Azerbaijan and Armenia over the Nagorno-Karabakh. In 2021 we saw most of those troops from the Russian army having this on their arm, or at least one of their arm or their helmet, and also paint on their vehicle. It's for peacekeeping units in conflicts, mostly in post-Soviet conflicts. Well guys, that's it for this video. So like I said, the Soviet one about World War II will be now out next month. It's just I have been lazy on this one. I will be keen, and also there is more research to do than doing this kind of video. If you want me to do more videos about Russian patches, or even in the future other military patches that I own, I have always pleasure to do that. So see you guys, and I hope to see you in the next video.